We know how it works, we know all the probabilities, all the mechanics, and how insanely difficult some blades can be to summon, but we don't really know why. If you haven't seen my blade summon mechanics video, you should probably click that little button in the corner and go check it out. Data mined numbers and code revealed to us exactly how this big RNG fest works, and the long and short of it is that it's designed to take a hell of a lot of cores to get your hands on all the blades. With the max 999 in the luck stat, a legendary core, and a max 15 in the relevant idea cloud, the chances of you getting Cosmos are less than 1%. These mechanics are simply perfect if you wanted to load up the game with microtransactions. If you wanted to sell 5 legendary cores for $5, this would be the way you design the blade summoning system, but that isn't why it's designed this way. Not only are there no microtransactions now, there have never been any sign of them. As a lot of you will know, I was playing long before the game released because I had an early review copy. The game you got is almost identical to the game I was playing, apart from some quality of life changes and bug fixes. They didn't hide away microtransactions or anything like that. From what I have been able to gather, they never had plans for them at all. So this question has been lingering in my head for a while. Why would they make it so hard to collect all the blades? For a little while I thought that perhaps they had underestimated the amount of people who would want to actually collect all the blades. Maybe they thought from a game design perspective they had enough blades that people would simply do their playthrough, get the blades they got, and maybe even talk to friends or on social media about the blades they summoned on their playthrough. There just is too much wrong with that though. I mean, for starters, Monolith Soft are well versed in JRPGs. I don't think a developer like them would assume that JRPG gamers wouldn't care about collecting all the blades. Of course we care. Then there is the fact they put a lot of work into each of the blades. They are all unique, come from different artists and designers, they all have unique quests, they are all fully localized with both English and Japanese voice actors. They just wouldn't put so much effort into them if they weren't meant to be experienced by everyone. For a long time I didn't give it any more thought. I essentially settled on some cop-out excuse like maybe Monolith Soft just really like RNG. There was a layer of RNG in a lot of mechanics in Xenoblade Chronicles X, the collectibles especially, but then it hit me. It's to fill in time and keep you playing while you wait for them to finish new content, especially for expansion pass owners. It just makes sense. They knew it would be a long time before they'd be able to deliver a lot of substantial new content, and coincidentally, I've noticed more and more people post about them finally getting all the rare blades over the last few weeks. How many cores it took them, how much time. I think we are reaching that point where most people who have been playing, even semi-casually since release, have most or all of the rare blades. And it's just in time for a lot of new content. The problem with this whole idea of adding content to a single player game after launch is that after you've finished the game and maybe done some or all of the side content, what else is there to do? From my own experience, I just put the game down and completely forget about it. And by forget about it, I mean completely forget about it. I bought the expansion pass for Breath of the Wild, but I haven't done a thing from it, except get the Xenoblade Chronicles 2 outfit. I haven't done any of the new story content, and it's basically because I've forgotten about the game. I barely even know the controls anymore. Same thing with Final Fantasy 15. Although I didn't buy the season pass because I didn't think the game was very good, I still can't wrap my head around who all this season pass content is for. How many people are still playing Final Fantasy 15? I guess it must be enough for Square to make a second season pass, but that game is a distant memory to me now. Getting all the rare blades in Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is kind of like a compulsion. It sort of feels like you haven't finished it unless you do. Maybe the system is designed the way it is to keep you playing long enough for new content to be added, which in turn keeps you playing until they finish the next bit of content. It seems like the perfect thing to keep people booting the game up every now and then to farm some cores so they don't forget about it. Statistically, you will get every blade at some point. They haven't made it impossible. They've just made it take plenty of time and effort. And it's my thinking that the only reason they made it this way was to keep you working toward a goal while they were busy working on new goals for you to work toward. But I'm interested in hearing what you think. Maybe you think Monolith Soft are just sadistic bastards, or maybe something I haven't even thought of. Let us know in the comments. Thanks for liking, subscribing, and sharing, and I'll see you all soon.